All right, great drive. Here we go. 15-footer. Gotta make this. Birdie putt. All right, here we go. I got this. Take it slow. It's too short to miss. Perfect. Slow, smooth. Here we go. Right into the chains. You've got to be kidding me. So we've all been there, right? We throw a beautiful drive off the tee, we skip up into circle one, we step up to a 15 to 20 footer, and then the nerves set in. What should be an absolutely easy birdie putt ends up going high off the band or low off the cage, and we waste a stroke and end up having to tap out for par. It's gotta be one of the most defeating and the worst feelings in disc golf. So today is all about how to improve our putting and grow in confidence so that we can bang chains on 20 footers every single time. Now, if you're new to disc golf, it's important that you understand some of the fundamentals of putting. I'm not gonna go into it too much here because there's already an incredible resource for you put out by Overthrow Disc Golf on how to putt in disc golf for beginners. That video will be linked below, but quickly, there are a couple things they talk about. First is finding your style. There's generally 3 types of putters: push putters, spin putters, or sploosh putters, which is a combination of the two. And finding your style is incredibly beneficial in gaining consistency and accuracy on your putt. Now, ultimately, putting is about bringing the disc down and pushing the disc forward on a straight line right into the heart of the chains. And whatever works for you is probably what you should go for. What I've found is that one of the most important aspects of putting is confidence. Putting is a huge mental game. And for me, that's where I really need to grow, because oftentimes what gets me on those shorter putts, those 15 to 20 footers, isn't my inability to make the putt. It's the nerves, it's the shakiness, it's the unsureness that sets in when I step up to that putt. So today, as we look at ways to improve our putting, we're also gonna be talking about how to grow in confidence. Now, I think one of the most helpful and important things you can do to improve your putting is just simply getting in reps. Being comfortable with the putting stroke, figuring out exactly what works for you, that takes a lot of putts thrown. And if you have the ability to have your own basket at your house to do garage putts or in your backyard or something like that, that's an incredible benefit because you can get a lot of reps in a lot easier than having to drive to the course. But I've found one of the fastest ways to improve in putting and in confidence is to commit to get out and putt every single day. Consistency and repetition. Jesse over at Trash Panda a while back did an awesome challenge, 100 putts a day for 30 days. And if you watch that video, also linked below, you'll see how much his putting improved in just 1 month. And that's just from repetition and consistency. So that would be tip number 1. If you have the ability, get in as many reps as possible. This will also help you really dial in and find what feels comfortable for you and what works for you, so that way you can grow in consistency and confidence out on the putting green. Now, the second thing that I've found really helpful in putting is slowing down. I find when I step up to a putt and I come down and I come up real quick, I'm a little more prone to push left or right or high and to be less accurate. But to really slow down the take back, make sure I'm straight on line, and then to explode out right at the basket, I found that's a huge benefit. I've heard people say that when you release the disc, it should almost be like you're shaking hands with the basket, right? And I found that to be a really helpful image as how my hand should look on my follow through. Now, if you've been around the disc golf world for a long time, you know that people are always interested in what putter everybody's using. It's almost become a meme at this point that changing your putter will actually improve your putting. And I get this question a lot. Does the putter you use matter? And the answer is no. And yes, it's both and. Putters within 30 feet, they really all fly exactly the same. Overstable, understable. If you're in circle one and you're just trying to make a straight putt, pretty much a putter is a putter. So what really does matter though is the hand feel, right? And this goes into mental confidence and a clean release. So finding a putter that feels really good in your hands, that you feel confident with, I think that does actually matter, even if it's a little more subjective than putters actually flying differently. So currently I'm putting with the EV7 5s. I've been using these for a couple of months, and for the most part, I really like them. But am I putting any better because of the disc than I was, say, a couple months ago when I was putting with Lunas? Probably not. Now my putting has improved because I've been working on it and practicing and getting in those reps. But do I think it's actually the disc? No, I don't. I have a variety of putters that I like to try out. I have Lunas, I have 5s, I have P2s, I have Roaches, I have Pilots, you know, kind of a whole host of different putters. And really, I just enjoy trying out different putters to find the ones that feel the most comfortable in my hand. And if you're looking to buy putters or switch putters or get your first, what I would really recommend is that you find a local shop that actually has these putters in stock as opposed to buying them online, so that you can go and you can get your hands on as many as possible. And just focus on what feels good, and if they have a basket you can actually putt on, that's better. Focus on being able to get a clean release for your grip and your putting style. Ultimately, that's what matters most when it comes to finding the right putting putter for you. So let's say you've been playing disc golf for a while, you've found a putter that feels great in your hand, that you feel confident with, you've gotten in tons of reps, you're starting to feel confident in your putt, but you still feel like you need something to help you take your putting to the next level. That's where putting aids and putting tools can really come in to play. Now today I want to be focusing on a new putting tool called the ChampCap by a company called PuttConfidently. Now this is something that I'm really excited about. This video isn't sponsored, but full disclosure, PuttConfidently did send me out this ChampCap for free to try out. And I've been using it for the past couple weeks and really enjoying the experience. So as you can see, the ChampCap slips over the top of a home practice basket and has 4 different holes of different sizes. What this really forces you to do is focusing on hitting your putts dead center on the chains. It eliminates any of the lucky catches or hitting high right and still falling in, or maybe putting too low, and it really forces you to be very accurate and consistent in your putting. Now, if you're a new player and you're just getting used to putting, a tool like this probably isn't very necessary and might not even be helpful because you're still just trying to figure out what your putting style is and what works for you. But once you have those things down, a tool like this can absolutely help you take your putting to the next level. If you're interested in getting your hands on one of these ChampCaps, you can find the link in the description below. They'll be going live on Kickstarter here shortly. Make sure you check them out. It's a super cool product that could absolutely be beneficial to your putting game. So another really helpful putting tool is something, actually, you don't have to purchase it all. You probably have this lying around your house somewhere, and that's a piece of rope. If you watched that overthrow video from earlier, Josh and the guys, they recommend that you do this, tying a rope onto your basket and pulling it in a straight line and just focusing on putting dead straight over the rope. This is a really simple thing, but I've actually found it to be really helpful mechanically and visually for getting my putts on target and giving me some instant feedback as to when I'm missing right or left, why that might be. I noticed that in my reach back and my follow through, having that rope, that straight line on the ground, really helps me understand where my mistake is. So I'd highly recommend you give this a try. Find a piece of rope, 20-25 feet, tie it to the base of your basket, pull it straight, and then focus on putting over it, being smooth and straight with your pullback and your follow through, which will really help you be consistent and accurate in your putting. So if putting is a part of your game that you've been focusing on or struggling with lately, I'd love to hear what has been working for you. What tips and tricks have you used? What's been the most beneficial? Let me know in the comments below. Putting can be one of the most frustrating pieces of disc golf, but can also provide some of the best highlight reels when you really have your putt dialed in and you can smash those circle 2 putts or those crazy anti-flex putts, or even just having a great clean circle 1 putting round is an incredible feeling. Everybody, no matter how good they are, can improve in their putting, and it can actually be really fun, I've found, to dial in your putts, to get some reps in, to throw on a podcast and be out in the garage and practice your putting. I hope you found this video helpful. If you enjoyed this content, make sure you like and subscribe. Always more to come. You can also find me on Instagram, TikTok, @Journey Disc Golf. Huge shout out, we just passed 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, so thank you so much for all your support. I'm incredibly grateful to all of you and the ways in which you've been supporting me and this channel and this content. So make sure you get out, practice that putting, bang some chains. I'll catch you in the next one. My name's Andrew Wood, and remember, the journey is the destination.